Prologue. The following are contained in the third book of the book 2, totaling 18 heresies. Number 47, the Encratites, who happen to be a branch of the Tatianists, also reject marriage, which they declare to be of Satan, and they forbid all eating of animal food. Number 43, the Cataphrygians, or Montanists, or Ascodrugites, accept the Old and New Testaments, but they also introduce other prophets of whom they make much, a certain Montanus and a Priscilla. Number 49, the Papuzians, who are also called Quintilians, and with whom the Artautites are connected, constitute a distinct heresy. Although they belong to the Cataphrygians, they hold other things which these last do not. Papuza, which is a certain town lying between Galatia and Cappadocia and Phrygia, they hold sacred. In fact, they claim that it is Jerusalem. There is, however, still another Papuza. Furthermore, they permit women to hold authority and to officiate as priests, and they certainly contain mysteries. During the course of which they pierce a newborn child with bronze needles, as is the custom of the Cataphrygians. Then, having mixed flour with its blood, they bake a host of which they partake as communion. They also tell a mythical tale of Christ revealing himself there in Papuza to Quintilla or Priscilla in female form. They use both the Old and New Testaments, altering them to conformance with their own ideas. Number 50, the Quartodecimans celebrate Easter on a fixed day of the year. On that day, which coincides with the 14th of the moon, whether it be a Saturday or Sunday, they fast and celebrate the vigil and the feast simultaneously. Number 51, the Allegians, as we call them, respect the gospel according to John and his apocalypse, because they do not accept the divine word as proceeding from the Father and existing eternally. Number 52, the Adamians, who get their name from a certain contemporary Adam, having a doctrine which is more absurdity than truth. They do something of this sort. Both men and women meet together, as naked as when they were born, and in this state they have their lections and prayers and whatever else they do, leading a solitary life as they pretend, and practicing continence. They do not accept marriage, and they consider their own church to be paradise. Number 53, the Sampsians or Ecclesiastes. I think it's either Ecclesiastes, I'm sorry. Up to the present time, inhabit that part of Arabia, which lies on the further side of the Dead Sea. They were led into error by Elex, a certain false prophet, whose kinfolk, the women Marthas and Marthina, have survived to the present day and are worshipped as goddesses by the sect. They hold everything very much as do the Ebionites. Number 54, the Theodosians, are named from Theodotus, a shoemaker from Byzance. This man had an excellent Greek education. However, having been arrested with some others during the days of the then persecution, he alone recanted, while all the rest suffered martyrdom for the sake of God. And so, when he had fled and was reproached for this, in order to avoid the accusation of having denied God, he invented the doctrine that Christ was a mere man. Number 55, the Melchizedekians venerate Melchizedek, claiming him to be some sort of a power and not just a man. They have also undertaken to reduce all things to his name. Number 56, the Basanites or Bardesanites, This Bardesanes was a native of Mesopotamia. At first, he held the true faith and excelled in philosophy, but he fell away from the truth and came to hold nearly the same as did Valentinus, with the exception of some things in which he differed from Valentinus. Number 57, the Noatians. This Noetus was from Smyrna in Asia. Together with some others, he was carried away by vanity and said that Christ was a son-father. He maintained that the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost were the same. He furthermore said that he himself was Moses and that his brother was Aaron. The Valesians, as we have come to understand, are they who dwell in Bacchathus, which is the chief town of Philadelphia of the Arabs. They make eunuchs of visitors and of chance comers among them, and among themselves too, the greater number have been castrated and are eunuchs. They teach certain other things which are redolent of heresy, and they refuse to follow the law and the prophets. They have also introduced certain other obscene practices. Number 59, the Cathari were connected with Novatius of Rome. They absolutely reject those who have married a second time, and they do not accept penance. Number 60, the Anglici. Having entirely disappeared, they either claim to belong to an angelic order or they got their name from their practice of invoking the angels. Number 61, the Apostolici, who are also called Apostatici, or renunciates, appear only in Pisidia. They accept only those who give up their poverty. They resemble the Cretites, but have some other ideas which these last do not have. Number 62, the Sabellians hold opinions like that of Noetus, except they do not say that the Father suffered, while they do say that the word was uttered and then again returned. Number 63, the Origenians, who came from a certain origin, are practicers of immorality. They practice unspeakable obscenities and give over their own bodies to corruption. Number 64, still other Origenians are from Origen Adamantius, the composer. They reject the resurrection of the dead, what is more, they teach that Christ and the Holy Ghost are creatures, and they explain paradise, the heavens, and everything else in an allegorical sense. They talk much nonsense as that the kingdom of Christ has sometimes ceased, and that the angels too will come to an end. They have the strange idea that Christ will rule together with the devil and that he was crucified for the demons.